Hi everyone, welcome back. And in upgrading our EQ, I'm going to tackle a very powerful part of growing the best quality of our EQ and helping helping ourselves and our partners heal, and our children and our loved ones heal past traumas. Now, you can do this particular exercise by yourself, or you can do it with others. Okay, and it's something that I've really had to put a lot of energy into, especially this last year or so, in healing a lot of our own traumas. And let me tell you, it's such a freeing experience. The clarity that comes through doing this particular exercise and understanding, even just at an energetic level, right, is really quite is really quite uplifting and empowering. This is to do with forgiving the unforgivable. All right, letting go of past problems and traumas and injuries and things that didn't go to plan. Okay, it's the forgiving of those who bullied us or beat us or assaulted us or many other experiences of the like, so that we can actually heal ourselves. And the biggest part of understanding forgiveness is that no one outside of you can do this actual work. There's this kind of Hollywood concept out there and stuff where you have to get forgiveness from the other person, and it doesn't actually work. Because when you're doing that, you're actually giving them the power over you in the way you feel. Whereas if you do the healing of this yourself, you're taking back control of your own life experience, and adding to your growth. You're telling your entire being, energetically and spiritually and physically, all in one go, that I'm going to rise to the occasion. I'm going to take charge of my life, and I'm going to have a great life experience from this point onwards by forgiving all those things that were so traumatically given to us over our life experience. Now, it's important to clarify here that while we may not be responsible for the act that had occurred, we are responsible for our healing. We're responsible for our growth. And we were responsible for our level of self care. Okay? So, in this experience, it is a case of just imagining the person who was in the wrong and actually forgiving them absolutely 100%, all the love you have in you, all completely unconditional. And it comes along something like this. It comes with forgiveness, thanks, and actually wishing them well to fully heal from this type of trauma and those types of experiences. So, for example, my mother was really abusive to me most of my life. And I'm not going to go into the details, but what I would do in this particular exercise, and I've done a few times now, is actually go, for example, Mum, I forgive you. I forgive you for all those experiences you gave to me. And I thank you for teaching me so thoroughly that I do not want to be anything like you at all. And I've learnt so much from the clarity that I gained from those experiences, as harsh as they felt at the time. And whilst I may not have chosen those experiences, I understand what purposes they can now serve to grow my life experience. And so, Mum, I forgive you. I wish you well, and I thank you. You can have all of your energy back. And I'm hoping that you can now learn from all the stuff that I'm sending back to you. Now, it sounds a little bit wishy washy, but it feels so empowering. It feels so relieving. And you will find that particular pains and everything in your shoulders and your back, especially, can actually clear up a lot faster and just dissipate, because that's a lot of the time where we've been holding our emotional baggage. Okay. You can also do this experience by writing it out on paper with blue pen, white paper, and actually just burning it to a crisp in a safe and controlled manner, of course. Uh, Um, and just letting the forgiveness and the thanks and the wishing them well and stuff just go out of your system, and give yourself that clarity and the peace of mind. Now, uh, is a great healing exercise. It's very empowering, and it will make you feel very just satisfied and fulfilled, because you have this feeling of taking back your life. But there's one particular person that you must always remember to include. If you've got a list of people that you need to include in this process, there's one particular person that you most definitely need to include in forgiving and thanking and wishing well, and that is yourself. So many times I've known so many people that are so hard on themselves. They're saying and thinking things in their mind's eye, or sometimes they actually say it out loud, things that they would never say to their best friend, things that they would never say to their child, their partner, or any other ones that they love. And it's time to stop doing that and actually giving ourselves the self-care we need to grow through these experiences and challenges and get past the traumas, get better towards healing and growing, so we can have more fulfilling days and less stress. Right, and start quietening our minds so we can think better. And when we think better and when we feel better, we're going to treat those around us who love and care about us way better, you know? And it all comes together. So, in this regard, the exercise is going to sound a little bit different in forgiving yourself. And for myself, it goes something like this. Sean, I know that the different aspects of myself, I have not been the nicest person to myself over the years, and I understand that I've beaten myself up for this thing and that thing over the years, and I felt like I had failed everyone I ever cared about, and so many times. And I understand now that I've been way too hard on myself, that these are experiences and events that were meant to challenge me and add to my growth, add to my experience, so that I can grow into the best version of myself that I could be. And I need to forgive myself for that. I need to thank myself for having the strength, having the courage to push through, even though those darkest days where I felt like I didn't have anything and the only thing I could say was tomorrow's another day, and try again. Even on those darkest days, I know that I pulled through and that there's a real strength in that. And so I thank you for pulling through and coming through to this point where I can add to my growth and add to my experience, and now share and hopefully help someone else with their experience when they may be troubled. And let yourself just feel it, where you're forgiving yourself, you're thanking yourself, and wishing yourself well. You know, actually wishing yourself just well, to really finish it off, really just feels so um, so satisfying. And yeah, I really encourage you to watch this one a few times. I really do. Okay, it is one of the exercises that has changed my life in countless ways ever since I did it, especially just the first time. Um, and so much so that I had tears coming out of me for a few days, just at random times, that I couldn't. for the longest time, for 30 years, I felt like I couldn't really cry. And when I first did this experience and a few times afterwards, I felt these tears just swell to the surface and actually flow through, and they felt like very old tears that I've been trying to cry ever since my first attempt at the age of 12 to kind of finish things. I've not let myself cry in all that time, and it felt like tears from those 30 years ago were finally able to be free to flush out of my system. And it has felt um, so pleasant ever since. So, so I really do encourage you to do this exercise. Watch it a few times. Um, let yourself be healed. Let yourself be healed. Because when you let yourself be healed and you start allowing yourself to feel better and let yourself know that the traumas that you've gone through weren't necessarily your fault, but that you're ready to heal them, you know, once you let yourself know this sort of stuff, that it's okay to heal, then you really begin to heal. Anyway, press subscribe, please. Please press like and share where you can, whoever you think this one might help the most. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.